Hey, what's up everyone? Thanks for checking out the video. This is Southside Braves here, coach of the Nashville Nido Kings. And today for you, I got a quick look around the Pokemon World Domination League for Week 2. Again, this is going to be a short, quick video where we just take a look at how everyone did for Week 2 and any moves or news that were made for the week. So let's get started with any transactions that were made. For the first regular season transaction, we had the Straw Hat Crocodiles drop their A-tier Mon and Gardevoir and added Blastoise. A move liked by a lot of people, including myself. I think that's a great move for the Straw Hat Crocodiles and makes that team stronger for the weeks to come. I expect to see much more transactions in the coming weeks. This was just the first one done for Week 2. Looking at the scores for Week 2, first off we had the Manchester Mimikyu picking up their first win of the season in a 3-3 tie with the Tokyo Toxapex. Next, we had the New York Knicks falling 0-3 to the Immortal Drampa in the battle versus the 1 and the 2 in the power rankings. Third match, we had the surprising 6-0 sweep by the Cyanwood City Quagsire versus the Atlanta Sobble. Maybe not surprising that he won the match, but as dominant as it was, caught a lot of people off guard. Next up, we had the Laker Rage Gyarados winning 3-0 over the Straw Hat Crocodiles. The Laker Rage Gyarados improves to 2-0. The New York Knockdowns pick up their first win of the season in a 4-4 tie versus Stark Mountain Giratinas in a match that went right down to the wire. Fargo Phalanx pick up their first win of the season, winning 4-3 over the Lisbon Arcanine. And myself, the Nashville Nido King, fall to 1-1, losing to the Los Angeles Infernapes 3-2. So those are your scores for Week 2. Let's take a look at the stats. Your kill leaders 2 weeks into the season is Gyarados with 7. Drapion is at 6, picking up all 6 kills in the Week 2 match sweep. And third is my own Dragapult, still sitting at 5, picking up 1 more in Week 2. The Unsung Heroes, I probably need to change the name of this category in somewhat. These aren't necessarily the Unsung Heroes. These are Pokemon that actually got a lot of kills in their match. But they're the best 3 Pokemon of the week, in my opinion, that didn't win Pokemon of the Week, or MVP. So first off, we had the Alolan Raichu, who in that electric terrain picked up 4 kills, I believe, and really put in work. The Porygon Z, who down the stretch of the match picked up a clutch crit to win that match for the New York Knockdowns. And lastly, Gyarados, who picked up 5 kills this week, doing what Gyarados does in its Dynamax form. Obviously, I said Drapion in the kill leaders picked up all 6 kills this week, so that's why you don't see him there, because he is the MVP of the week. And Coach Ryan, the coach of the Cyanwood City Quagsires, who picked up that 6-0 win, obviously wins Coach of the Week. I don't know if there is any argument to be made for anyone else or any other Pokemon this week. This was pretty clear cut. So congrats to Coach Ryan and that Drapion. Moving on to what the standings look like after 2 weeks. First off, we have the Cyanwood City Quagsires in first place after that sweep. They are sitting at 2-0 with a +8 differential. Second place, we got the Laker Rage Gyarados, who pick up another win. They're 2-0 with a +5. The Immortal Drampa, the preseason number 1, is sitting at 2-0 with a +4. Myself coming in at 4th with that best differential of the 1-1 teams at +3. The Los Angeles Infernate, the team that beat me this week, is also sitting at 1-1, but with a +1 differential. Then we have the New York Knicks and the Stark Mountain Giratinas, both tied at 1-1 with a even differential. Fargo Phalanx come in next at a 1-1 record with a -1. Then you have Coach New and the New York Knockdowns sitting at 1-1 with a -2 differential. Then a tie between the Atlanta Sobble and the Manchester Mimikyu, both sitting at 1-1 with a -4. The Lisbon Arcanine sitting at 0-2 with a -2 on top of those winless teams. Tokyo Toxapex also sitting at 0-2 with a -3. And unfortunately, Straw Hat Crocodiles bring up the rear, also sitting at 0-2 with a -5 differential. So those are your standings for Week 2. Let's take a look at the schedule for Week 3. Week 3 starts off with a match between the New York Knockdowns sitting at 1-1 versus Tokyo Toxapex at 0-2. Tokyo Toxapex looking to get on the board with their first win in the season in a winnable match here against Coach New, who looks to prove that he isn't just the newest coach, but also is here to pick up some wins. So let's see if he can do that. Second, you have a match between the Atlanta Sobble and the Immortal Drampa. Drampa looked impressive, sitting at 2-0, whereas the Sobble are trying to rebound from that 0-6 loss last week and prove that they can rebound from that loss. Next up, you have the Lisbon Arcanine sitting at 0-2 versus Cyanwood City Quagsire at 2-0. Obviously, this Cyanwood City Quagsire coming off that 6-0 victory are looking to continue that stretch, continue that roll they're on. And the Arcanine, the most impressive of the 0-2 teams, in my opinion, been very, very close in both their matches, looking to pick up that first win of the season. Next, you have a battle of 1-1 teams between the Los Angeles Infernapes and the New York Knickets. This will probably be one of the better matches of the week, in my opinion. I believe that one actually has already been played, so I know how that turned out, but I'm not going to say anything about that. Go watch the video from either of their channels. Next up, we have the Lake of Rage Gyarados at 2-0 versus the Manchester Mimikyu sitting at 1-1. Lake of Rage Gyarados, one of those only 3 undefeated teams left. They're going to try to continue that against Coach Peekaboo and those Mimikyus. Next up, we have the Fargo Phalanx sitting at 1-1 versus Straw Hat Crocodiles at 0-2. Crocodiles trying to recover from that last place spot they're currently in and try to pick up their first win of the season. And lastly, you have my own match against the Stark Mountain Giratinas sitting at 1-1, and myself, the Nashville Nido Kings, also at 1-1. Looking forward to this matchup against Coach Manny, and hopefully I can pick up a dub and get to 2-1. So that's everything you need to know about what's going on in the PWD for Week 2. Look forward to talking to you guys again for Week 3. Thanks for checking it out. See ya.